They called it the Curse of the Pharaoh. A chilling legend whispered through the sands of time, echoing from the depths of ancient tombs. A death sentence for anyone who dared disturb the boy king's eternal sleep. A warning carved in stone, wrapped in myth and mystery. But was it real? Or just a spooky story that got wildly out of hand? A tale spun by fear, coincidence, and a media hungry for headlines. Let's go back to 1922. The world was still recovering from war, and the mysteries of ancient Egypt offered a thrilling escape. British archaeologist Howard Carter makes the discovery of a lifetime, the tomb of Tutankhamun, untouched for over 3,000 years. A find so monumental it would change archaeology forever. Gold, jewels, ancient secrets, and something else. A sense of unease, a feeling that something sacred had been violated. A dark whisper that started spreading before the dust had even settled. The idea that the tomb was protected by a deadly curse. Just a few months after the tomb was opened, Carter's patron, Lord Carnarvon, died suddenly. The timing was eerie. A mosquito bite turned deadly, and the newspapers had a field day. Headlines screamed of ancient revenge and supernatural justice. Death comes on swift wings to him who disturbs the king. That was the rumor. No such inscription was ever found, but that didn't stop the legend, and then more deaths followed. Carnarvon's half-brother died mysteriously. The pattern seemed too strange to ignore. One of the radiologists who x-rayed the mummy dropped dead. Another coincidence? Or was the curse claiming its next victim? Even Carter's pet canary was eaten by a cobra, Egypt's symbol of royalty. A chilling omen if you believed in such things. Coincidence? Or something more sinister? The line between fact and fiction was blurring fast. In total, around a dozen people connected to the tomb died in unusual ways over the years, enough to fuel the myth for decades. But here's the thing. Howard Carter himself, the man who actually opened the tomb, lived another 17 years. He died of natural causes. So did most of his team. Many lived long, full lives, continuing their work in archaeology for years to come. In fact, studies have shown the average lifespan of those involved was totally normal. So what's going on? Why did the curse take hold in the public imagination? Well, turns out the media loved a good curse story. It sold papers, it stirred imaginations, it made the mundane feel magical. And in a world still reeling from World War I and the Spanish flu, people were primed for mystery and fear. The curse gave them something to believe in. Of course, some scientists have speculated about toxic mold or bacteria inside the tomb. Ancient spores sealed away for centuries. But there's no solid evidence anyone died from that. The science just doesn't back it up. It's way more likely that natural causes, bad luck, and a touch of hysteria created the perfect storm, a legend born from fear and coincidence. So did the curse of the pharaoh really kill? Or did we just want it to be true? Probably not. But it sure makes for a cracking story. One that's lasted a century and still gives us chills. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what Tutankhamun would have wanted. To be remembered. Forever. Thanks for watching. If you're into ancient legends, wild mysteries, and the truth behind them, hit that subscribe button. And remember, some tombs are best left sealed, unless you've got a good story to tell.